Mexico is not safe. No matter how you play it, the cartels run Mexico.
News out of Mexico, the U.S. Embassy issuing a shelter-in-place order for Americans in areas around Mexico City and the resort town of Puerto Vallarta after the Mexican army says it killed a prominent cartel kingpin known as El Mencho. You're looking at some of the response, apparently, of the cartel members who have been torching vehicles and even airplanes in the Guadalajara area. Let's bring in Lucas Tomlinson from the White House. Lucas.
Well, good afternoon, John. So far, there's been no reaction from the White House about the series of ongoing gun battles that we are witnessing in Mexico after, as you mentioned, the drug kingpin and cartel leader El Mencho was killed by Mexican forces. We've heard from the Pentagon that the Joint Interagency Task Force Counter Cartel did assist Mexican forces, not likely with boots on the ground, John, but with intelligence sharing. But after El Mencho has been killed, we've seen a series of warfare, frankly, going on across Mexico. In Puerto Vallarta, in Guadalajara, we saw images from the airport. And of course, thousands of American tourists visit Mexico throughout the year, certainly during the winter months in the United States. And right now, the State Department is warning all Americans in Mexico to shelter in place, particularly in Puerto Vallarta and the Guadalajara.
What you have to understand is what we got going on here is the Mexican army. They say they killed the head cartel boss, El Mencho. He's the leader of the CJNG cartel. I think that's the largest cartel in Mexico. But when we hear about Mexico, you got to understand why the Latinos are coming into the United States. Mexico is not safe. No matter how you play it, the cartels run Mexico. Not the president, it's the cartels. Okay? This man had a $15 million bounty on his head, and he still was not caught. Why? It's because he was paying everybody. Everybody's on payroll. So this is why when you see that, you got to understand that the Mexican president doesn't have much say. It's the cartel. The cartel runs Mexico, and it's crazy that people don't understand and see why the Latinos want to come to the United States, because they're telling us it's not safe. Why else would they leave their country to come to the United States? It's because it's not safe. And now what you're seeing now is the Mexican army is going against the cartels, but other cartels are stepping in too, because now it's about territory. This is a big deal. But then you still have people wanting to go to Mexico, hang out in Mexico, and do whatever in Mexico, but it's not safe. So now the Americans that are there that were supposed to be coming back can't.